A guy who hangs around musicians.
Yeah, I tell you.
I'm Don, I'm the oldest brother. I never really had a lot of interaction with Larry because of difference in ages. But the one story that I can tell you is that we all enjoy playing golf. We were out playing golf one afternoon, and my two sons and I and Larry, and we were just cruising along playing golf like everybody does, and all of a sudden this ball comes rolling right up into us. So we didn't think too much about it, you know. We looked down, and next couple of holes, the ball come right up as again. Well, Larry said, "That's it." So we waited for these, well, there were a bunch of young guys that come rolling up, you know, and Larry said, "You got a problem?" And the guy said, "What?" He said, "That's the second time you hit the ball into us." And the guy started chattering. Larry said to him, he said, "I want to tell you one thing here, buddy." He said, "Don't go home and tell your mother that a 40-year-old man kicked the hell out of you."
If you want. Only if you want.
I love you. Thanks for the musical side that I didn't get from that guy. And save that guitar for me, man.
That's my grandson, Kyle. He's in get right over me.
We got any more left? Any more left?
You have a story, Mom? Yeah.
Not
Not a whole lot.
I know I saw more file folders out there than that. I'm sure other people have got something prepared.
Okay, I'm Larry's big sister, Mary. And when Mom told us that she was going to bring a little boy home from the hospital, we all thought, I thought, what do we need him for? We got 5 already, we're getting along fine, why do we need him? But Larry was a joy all his life to us. And especially, I remember when he used to come and visit us when he was on leave from the Marines over at the house in a little house in Florissant, you remember. And he was so kind to Frank when he was so sick.
Yeah.
All right, we're all crying again.
I want to know what Noah wrote in your yearbook. Who? Noah.
Is that all from your table here?
Yeah, I think we're
Are you going to say anything, brother?
Who's next?
Yeah.
Come on, Daddy.
All right, Steve's got something to say.
All right, it's the Lang's turn now. I'm Steve Lang. I'm Mary Ann's baby brother, believe it or
My
not.
little baby brother.
It seems like most of the time when we're around Larry, it's driving, drinking, and eating. Not always in that order, but an assortment of those things. And the time I remember is we went to the Feasting Fox, which was a German restaurant. And Larry happened to be in town this time, and he only put in like 1,000 miles that week, so Larry drove. So it was all the way down in South St. Louis, past Grand. So we all hopped in the van, and Larry drove down there. Larry had a bunch of those little shark teas. We were like, okay, they were VOs and water, you know, light underwater. And I had a few of those man sodas, you know. Okay, there were beers, you know. We had a few, and we had a lot to eat. We had a really good time. And then at the end of the evening, we all piled back in the car again. We're driving back down Grand, and there's a police car off to the side of the road. And, you know, Larry just kind of moves over because the car was all the way to the side of the road. And right as Larry got up in the car, the police car swerves out and nearly hits him right in the rear fender. And we were like, "Well, that was scary." So we kept on going. Next thing, the cherries pop up. I'm thinking, boy, you know, everybody when they see the cherries pop up in a police car, like, what did I do wrong? You know, so Larry pulls over and this blonde police lady comes out. She must have just graduated from the academy. And she comes up and she goes, what do you think you're doing? And I just got done hanking a Yui. And I quickly pulled out my manual, South St. Louis dialect, hanking a Yui. Oh, made an illegal U-turn. That's what that means. So she gave Larry the riot act, trying to get him upset. And Larry's very calmly thinking to himself, let's see, I had quite a few of those short iced teas. I don't want to compound this situation. She really was getting, the police sergeant shows up, you know, we're all sitting in the car like, all he did was go past a police car. Well, she writes him out a ticket. And that's essentially what happened is Larry handled himself with his charm and aplomb, being the salesman he always is, and talked himself out of the situation. And all he got in the ticket for was hankety Yui. I don't know how she spelled it out in the ticket book.
Okay, we got anybody else that wants to say anything?
Oh,
Okay.
go ahead.
I'm going to thank you. Mine's not as elaborate. Pat and I made a list of all the funny things about Larry that we could think of. And all the things we could really get him on. And yeah, I'm sorry, Larry, we have nothing to say. Actually, when I introduced myself again, I'm Larry's brother-in-law. I'm married to Pat, who is Mary's sister. So Pat is Larry's sister-in-law, and I think I'm an in-law to be married to Pat. So anyway, actually, I'm an accountant lawyer type. Yeah, that's a terrible thing. But anyway, when I first met Larry many years ago, 20-some years ago, I was really impressed with a couple of things. Number one, we had a lot in common. He was a very nice guy. He was a man, and I wasn't used to that with the Lang family. And I'm walking home tonight. And he was also a man of action. He was a doer, and we had a lot in common. You know, he was a garbage man early in his career. I was a garbage man. I ended my career as a garbage man, but he actually worked with trucks. He was a doer. We both appreciate people who serve their country. He actually did. Again, a doer. We both love music. I'm a big fan of jazz and rock and all sorts of jazz. He can actually play. I'm an appreciator. You need me, Larry. If I'm not appreciating, there's nobody to play for. I can't carry a tune. I can't even keep a beat. But he can, and I'm grateful for that. So, and for all you other guys over there who can carry a tune and keep a beat, that's not me. He travels a lot, and I travel a lot. And so we had an awful lot in common, and most of all, we were really focused on our families. For Larry, family's number one. And it was for me too. I got lucky to marry Pat and get into the Lang family. And for Larry, the same way. He married Mary, and the family was always top of Larry. So he's an action man, he's a doer, and now the action man is coming off the road. And I think he'll do a little bit. He'll be on the road a little bit, not too much. But I think you'll find there's a lot to do. Larry, I could give you some advice. I've been retired now for about 15 months. I'm really good at it. And you can be too. I've seen all the skills necessary in you to be good at retirement. And if you find a few things to do those and do them well. And I think you'll enjoy it all. So, thank you so much.
Okay, Deb.
All right. We don't do anything by ourselves.
Introduce yourself.
I am an outlaw like Bob. I am married to Joe, husband Joe, who is Mary Ann's sister, so that makes me an outlaw and Joe an in-law. Husband Joe, stand up, please. Part of this here, we agreed on this. My trusty assistant, my sister-in-law, Joan, we copies passed out to everything. We don't do this by ourselves. You all will participate.
Huh?
And this is with our apologies to Mickey Mouse, because Joe wrote this. But when you all get this, you will realize that we will be singing. And our son, Adam, right over here, his grade school teacher always said, God gave you this voice, let him hear it. So, we will be singing together.
I don't remember who that lady was. I'm sure I
Do you remember that? Oh, did you get one? I didn't either. I need it. You wrote this. Okay, we're going to sing this to the tune of Mickey Mouse. All of us have to sing because Joe and I cannot carry a tune even in our pockets.
You're probably right.
Pat, can you all carry a tune? We have the band table, they can all.
Oh, at the band table.
Okay, I am going to stand next to Bob. Okay, here we go. Great.
Wait, you know if you're a boy or a girl?
Yeah, hopefully at this point, review, and then we'll sing. Got it? Oh, you can't sing? Someone There we go. Okay, start us out. Oh, who's the drummer in that band who plays for you and me? Drummer in the band who plays for you and me.